Today's Forestry and Wildlife Field Tour has engaged about 50 landowners and some teachers to take a trip around Warren County showcasing various forestry and wildlife management practices. Our first stop of the day, looking at a wildlife corridor that was connecting public lands with private lands, the private land being the corridor connecting the two, with the main goal being for wildlife travel.
The conservation easement on this land makes sure that it's not developed, and that when you're standing in the Shenandoah National Park, you can look down on that hogback overlook and look on this land and see it in the same state that it was a century ago.
The second stop, we've talked about pond management, edge habitat along waterways especially.
Take a look at the pond you have and say, could I buffer 50% of this?
Third stop, we'll look at forestry management practices in hardwood forest, which is an initiative statewide to improve hardwood forest management.
The invasive species control really helped. If that wouldn't have been done for 3 years, we would probably be seeing much different results around the stand.
And our fourth stop will also be in a hardwood forest stand, but looking at the impact that an abundance of deer have on the landscape.
We've created an experiment here 30 years ago where we excluded the deer from 10 acres of that forest. But we wanted to see how the world functioned without the high densities of deer that we currently have. So what we did was show them a place with deer and a place without deer, and we talked about the impacts and the ramifications of current deer densities.
If we were a little farther along in the year here, we would see a carpet of invasive species out here. It's a disaster area. Almost all of those things disappear once you go inside the fence. It's too late for them to get in there. The ground is full. There's no space for them.
It'd be great if everyone that spends the day with us here today goes back with one thing that they might do on their own property, or in the case of the teachers, something that they can incorporate into their lessons. It's important that we work with those landowners so that the forests and wildlife of Virginia continue to be healthy, vibrant, and contributing to the economic and social well-being of our Commonwealth.